To do these problems, we're going to use the quadratic formula, which is given to you right up here. So we just need to fill in and understand that the first number is A, the second number is B, and the third number is C. So if we go through and fill in with our quadratic formula and go x equals opposite of B, so it happens to be a 2, so it's a negative 2 plus minus the square root of B squared, so it's 2 squared minus 4 times A, which happens to be 8, and C, which happens to be a negative 1, all over 2 times A, which happens to be 8. So once we have it filled in, then we all have to do is just use our calculator and do the problem. So I'm going to go ahead and just do part of it already. So I have a negative 2 plus minus, and inside the radical I'm going to have 4 plus 32, which gives me 36. And 2 times 8 is 16. And if I continue doing this problem, I'm going to get a negative 2 plus 6 over 16. And I'm going to get a negative 2 minus 6 over 16. So we're using the plus and minus like we've done before. And if I go ahead and finish this problem off, this is going to be 4 over 16, which is 1/4. And if I do this one, I'm going to get negative 8 over 16, which will give me a negative 1/2 reduced. You might get a 0.25 and you might get a negative 0.5 as your answer if you're using your calculator. Both of those are correct. The examples I have here are problems that aren't in what's called standard form, and that means we need to have the 2x squared with the other letters. And I'm going to go ahead and move it to the right. So that gives me 0 on the left, so I have a negative 2x squared plus 4x plus 1. And so my A is negative 2, my B is 4, my C is 1. And so I can use the quadratic formula, which is x equals opposite of B, so minus 4, plus minus 4 squared minus 4 times A times C, all over 2 times A. And so if we continue doing this problem, I'm going to get a negative 4 plus minus, and let's do inside. That's 8 and 16, which will be radical 24 all over a negative 4. Now this one you're going to need your calculator for to do. So doing the negative 4 plus a square root of 24 is 4.89 all over negative 4. And when we do that problem, we're going to end up with a negative point, and I'm going to round to 2 decimal places, 2. So there's the plus part. Now let's do the subtraction part. So it's a negative 4 minus 4.89. So negative 4 minus 4.89. Divide that by negative 4. And I'm going to get 2.22. So when we do the problem, we get a positive and we get a negative. So now we're going to do this problem. Once again, it's not in standard form, so I'm going to need to move that 4x over. But I'm going to keep my 3x squared, but now it becomes a 4x, and I'm just putting it in the proper form, equals 0. And now I have my A, my B, and my C. So I'm going to go through the same process I've been doing. So x equals a negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4 times 3 times 2 all over 2 times a. And so when I do this problem, I'm going to get a negative 4 plus minus the square root of 16 minus 24, and that gives me a minus 8 all over 6. Keeping in mind, now we have a negative in the radical sign, so this is going to be negative 4 plus, and when I do the decimal, I'm going to get 2.83i over 6, and then I'm going to have a negative 4 minus 2.83i over 6, and since I we can't do anything with, We can't do anything more on our calculator, so there's our two answers.